You know what I saw last night right before I went to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
It was like some guy trying to. He talked about like a ravioli theory, where it's like a lot of foods are just no. It was dumpling. No dumpling. He's like almost every food is just a dumpling. What's a hot pocket? It's a dumpling. Pop-Tart, dumpling. He's like anything that's like enclosed like that. He's like that's a dumpling. Calzones, dumpling. And he just kept going. He's like, if it's in a soup, there's more soup than dumpling, but there's more dumplings in there. And he would, if I can find it again, I'll send it to you.
What the fuck?
He went on a crazy fucking rant. It's like when people say like every soup is a cereal or some shit like that.
I get the dumpling part, but you had me at fucking soup and cereal. What the fuck?
Well, it's like when people argue that is a hot dog a sandwich, you know, like no.
Yes.
No, I would argue it's more of a sub. A hot dog is more of a sub.
A sub is a sandwich.
It's a branch of a sandwich.
But
it's not a main sandwich.
But it's still a sandwich.
Kinda.
It's still a sandwich.
I don't know. I don't think I classify hot dogs as a sandwich.
Come on, Michigan.
No, I'm not doing it. You can put all the fancy words you want into it. You can put whatever condiments and toppings you want into a hot dog. It's still gonna be a hot dog.
Which is part of a sandwich.
And it's not.
It just has its own name.
It's its own thing. Just like how a dumpling is its own thing.
I got that dog in me, and it's a fucking hot dog.
I got that dog in me, and it's a
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Wait, did you know that they're releasing a game?
Yeah, I want to play that shit so bad.
I low-key want to play it too.
I want to stream it so bad, just so I can start yelling like he does. Just
Please! Oh my god.
like, any minor inconvenience, I'll just start.
Oh, how much do I owe you?
Huh?
How much do I owe you?
$10.
Okay.
Everybody, welcome back to episode 19 of the Caffeinated Creeps podcast. We are gathered here today to tell you guys that a hot dog is a hot dog. It is not a sandwich. Thank you for stopping by. With us, as always, is your host, Mr. Butternubs, and and we have
Ray.
I could not find the words to continue that sentence. That's my bad. So how's your week been?
Not bad, honestly.
Not bad.
Nothing interesting happened.
Just work.
Yeah. I had a Minecraft date with, with my boyfriend because I haven't had a chance to see him. It's been over a week.
Wow.
But yeah.
What?
I spilled. Do you have a napkin?
The amount of napkins I have in this room is ridiculous. I got that shit from my father.
I'm kind of nervous to know why.
About what? Spilling it?
About napkins. Why you have so many napkins?
No, it's like I could see why you. Okay, I see that now. It's not like that.
Yeah, like I got that from my father, and I was like,
It's not like that. No, it's like my dad he'll just clump up napkins in his hands and he'll just like put it in his pocket, and he'll forget that he has them, and he just like leaves it like either in the kitchen or in the living room. And I started doing the same shit. Like if you were to just see me like on a random day, I'll have like one of the tables right here with just like a clump of napkins, because like I'll wash my hands and I'll bring it over here and then I'll just start fucking playing. I'll just completely forget about it. And then it comes in handy because like I sneeze a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, damn, I need a napkin to fucking blow my nose. And it's like, oh look, there's a napkin.
Do you want to know what I do for that? I buy fucking tissues.
I can't stand tissues. They're too soft and they break. My sneezes and my mucus is the strongest shit. And it needs like bounty.
I have something to share.
Why do you have your hand up?
I don't know why I had my hand up. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. You had your hand up for a reason.
Oh, I bought a box of tissues at Target the other day, and guess what? They had fucking Vaporu in them.
I've had those before.
I had a runny nose, and I blew my nose, and then I had to inhale a little bit. I swear, I thought I was seeing colors. It was like, I was just like, holy shit, I can breathe. Like, I took breathing through my nostrils for granted. It was the best thing ever.
I remember when they started coming out with that, or I don't know if they ever did before, but it was when I was working at Target, like, years ago. I was like, I saw that shit, I was like, oh, I gotta get some. And then they let me go. Target? Yeah. Oh, that was my first job.
I wonder how Alex from Target is doing.
I don't know, and I do not care. He got like that just because of his looks. Yeah. And, you know, people like us, we gotta be funny. I gotta be funny and entertaining. I don't have that. And then fucking... The same shit with, like, Damn Daniel. I think... Because I remember him, because he was from my school.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and then... He was a little bit annoying, but then I heard that he went, like, downhill after that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I heard he started, like, abusing some shit.
Also, I don't understand as to why he got the fucking unlimited vans, and then the friend that was recording, that's the actual voice,
the thing,
didn't really get anything.
And that's the problem with, I guess, becoming famous.
How bad is it to just give both of them unlimited vans? It wouldn't have made a difference.
It wouldn't have. Mike, what I always thought about was, like, how much is the unlimited aspect of that? Like, if it's vans for life, how many lives? Like, could he just technically just start giving them away to people?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
But, like,
for a hot minute, he was giving them away and donating.
Yeah, how long would it take until Vans goes like, okay, you gotta stop. That's like 99 years right there. Stop it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like the people that have, like, the Chipotle card that can get unlimited Chipotle.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's because I don't.
But I think they can only get, like, one Chipotle thing a day.
Yeah, they're already stingy as is.
But I'm not like, hey, I mean, like...
I can't stand Chipotle either.
I haven't had it in, like, years. And then when I went out with my mom and my sister a few weeks back, I had it. And I was just like, this shit slaps.
When I had it... The first time I had it, me and AC went to Canada with one of our tias.
You went to Canada?
Yeah.
So I'm just the only one that's just been stuck here.
In the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I went to Mexico, like, once, but I went to, like, Mexicali, and that's, like, border town, hella, like, I can't even speak English, or else I might get kidnapped type of shit. I couldn't even have my phone, nothing.
Can you imagine me going to Mexico? That shit was just as terrifying, too.
My grandma had to chain down her tree because people fucking steal trees, dude.
They steal anything.
She had a tamarindo tree. So
fuck yeah.
So she had to tie it down.
But it's so beautiful there. It's so nice. It's quite the community, too.
I wouldn't know because I've just been to the bad areas.
Like, in my mom's, like, little hometown, like, they just... It's weird. It's a weird thing to think about where they just kind of... People wake up early and they just start cleaning, like, the outside, like, the sidewalks. Mm-hmm. Like, they'll mop it, they'll water it down, and just make it, like, new, basically. And it's interesting to see that.
That's nice.
Yeah. Fucking... And then there's, like solid, like, pavement, you know, like a walkway, and then it's fucking random ass, like, it goes up to, like, 3 feet high, and you have to take a big ass step to get on it, and it's just, like, a weird little step.
Yeah.
It's not even, like, 2 feet long.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's really weird. Man. I don't know.
Oh my god, there's a patient that does not like me at my job. You want to know why? Because I'm so chirpy.
Chirpy?
Chirpy. Fucking chirpy.
Interesting, okay. Chirpy?
So, I still don't understand as to why she does not like me. So, she wasn't my patient. She was my coworker's patient. But she's a 2-person assist. Mm-hmm. So, I was going to help him. We changed her the first time I had introduced myself. Everything was fantastic. It was great. The second time, she needed to be changed. It was 6:20. We had to leave at 7 a.m. Mm-hmm. That's when we clock out. So either we change her now, or we don't change her at all. So I told her, hey, we need to change you. And she's all like, well, I don't need to be changed right now. I want you to come back later. So I was just like, okay, like, I understand. Like, literally, like, the way that I'm talking right now is how I talked to her.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I understand, but the only issue is that, like, you know, we might not get a chance to change you later. because then we're going to get busy with other patients. We might do an extra change, or we might be focusing on charting that we won't be able to get to you on time. And we want to make sure that you're cleaned before we go. And then she's all like, why are you so chirpy? And then I look at her like, I beg your pardon? And she's all like, yeah, you're just like, ah. And I was just like, what does that even mean? In my head, I'm all like, what does that even mean?
I think it's just like too pepped up.
Maybe. And then she's all like, and then she was basically like telling me about how she doesn't like the way that I speak. And that other people must have issues with the way that I speak. So you want to know what I tell her? In my customer service voice, I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I was like, I'm sorry that the way that I speak offends you, but I've never had an issue. Nobody has ever complained to me about the way that I speak. Well, how long have you been working here? I've been working here since July. And everything. And then she just kept going off and off and off. So I was like, I'm sorry if the way that I speak offends you. I'm not trying to. And then she's all like, yeah, right. She's like, you're rolling your eyes.
Hold on. I gotta ask. Is it important for her to like you? No,
I don't know!
It's because there are people who can't stand not being liked. Like, they need to be liked by everybody.
Yeah.
So, in this scenario, like, do you want to be liked by them? Or is it just annoying?
It's just annoying.
Okay. I was like...
It's just annoying. So, I would like to be liked because then I have a good relationship with these patients.
Yeah, but it's also... Well, yeah, you need to be liked with them. Because they need to be familiar with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, like, she's all like, no, you're not sorry and everything. You're rolling your eyes. I did not even roll my eyes at all. And then as soon as she said that, I just looked at my coworker, and then he looked at me, and then I just walked out the door while she was still talking. So that was rude on my part.
No, I think that was the best thing you could have done.
And then I went to my nurse, and then I was all like, did you hear what this bitch said?
Get a load of this, bitch.
I didn't say it like that.
I would have said
but
it
I was like, did you hear what she said? And she's like, what'd she say? And then I told her. And she's all like, what a bitch. Yeah.
I guess in some workplaces, you just can't be liked by everybody. Like,
I know. But she's all like, I don't get it. She's all like, you're so likable. Like, you're like super nice. And I was just like, I know, I thought it was nice too. At least here.
I guess not. You're just too... You're just too chirpy, I guess.
I'm too chirpy. But isn't that a good thing?
It's a good thing. I guess,
like, good morning.
It's probably because they're just so fucking negative. I guess they just don't like... They're just like, why are you so fucking happy? Like, why should you get to be happy while I'm here?
Good morning, Starshine. The earth says hello.
But, look, it's...
Be like, good morning, shut the fuck up.
You hear that? It sounds like you shutting the fuck up.
What was it? Oh, dang it. I was like, can you hear that? You know what I hear? I hear the sound of you shutting the fuck up. I fucking love ghost stories. I still haven't finished it because I only watch it when I'm doing shit.
I should just put it on for background noise. It's not something I need to pay attention to.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just so funny that you stop and you just watch it.
No, but with you, it gives me like almost the same thing as like my managers at work wanting to be liked. Like every time I'll pass one of them, I can't stand a majority of them, but like when I pass by one of them specifically, he tries to be buddy, and he's like, "Hey man," he puts on like that little manager smile, right? And then he'll raise up his fist so he can like fist bump me, and I'll be like, "Hey." I can't stand him. I don't give him the fist bump. I just walk by him. I'm there to work.
Michael,
I'm there to get him be nice. Fuck them, man. You don't understand. Like, those managers take such advantage of the workers. It's fucking incredible.
Damn.
Like, because if we perform, they get bonuses. And that's why they're being buddy. I tell everybody to underperform so they don't get their checks.
Jesus.
Why should we should be getting paid more here, man? We should be getting the bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
But also that's probably on me too. I've worked there for too long. It's made me bitter.
I feel that. I
used to be a time where I would wake up for Amazon and be like, I don't see it as a job. I just see it as me going to a place to work out for a bit. And I got paid. I did that for like a year. I had that attitude. And then it changed fast.
I feel like I had to burp. I did burp a little bit.
Move mountains again?
No.
No.
I didn't move out. Dude, oh my god. When I was outside to go get my iPad from my car, I let out the loudest burp ever. I was so surprised too. I felt like I could move mountains and like the earth was gonna start shaking.
Powerful shit.
Yeah. It was great. I was surprised. The loudest burp ever. I just said that. But I'm still surprised.
Just to reiterate again.
What I would do to film my burp. That was great. Okay, so should I start?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, also happy Women's History Month to my fellow ladies.
Mm-hmm.
That includes trans women. Trans women are women.
Did we exclude them?
No.
Okay.
But people think that. And we ain't about that.
I get it, but right now I'm also gonna mention that you look like you're gonna murder me for that. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do? Look, it's important to celebrate the rights and the wrongs.
Yeah. There was this post I sent to Jaime, and I said, it's Women's History Month. Give every woman you know $5. And then I was like, pay up. And then he's all like, the fuck? So he still hasn't given me $5.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
My coworker gave me $5. He gave me $6 actually.
Oh.
But yeah. Alright. So I'm going to be talking about the case of Niqui Mccown. Look at you in theme. Because you're never in theme.
I didn't, no, we did, like, Halloween, and we did New Year's, and Christmas, too.
Michael.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 days, it's going to be our 6-month anniversary.
On
Caffeinated
Wednesday?
Creeps.
Oh, shit.
Can you believe that? That's when the first episode was released.
We've been on this for 6 months?
Yeah. It literally only feels like a month.
It kind of does. A really stressful month.
Yeah. So, illegal butt stuff. And the barking made me do it.
Oh, man.
Wow. Look at us.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. So, next episode, I'm bringing cake.
Okay.
A cupcake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say bring beignets, but they're closed on Sundays. Those assholes.
Fuck them.
What? Those are delicious.
I know they're delicious, but they're closed on Sunday, so fuck them. What are they, religious? Probably.
Maybe.
Who knows? Patooey.
What? That's my thing. I was gonna do it too. You asshole.
Oh god, sorry.
I fucking love doing that. I did that so much.
Dude, ever since you did that, I've been doing that at work too.
Patooey?
Yeah, patooey. I fucking love that, man. I stole it straight up. I was just like, this is my thing now. I am not original. Let me take a sip of my coffee.
It's just fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
I do it all the time for like... I do it all the time with one of my close coworkers where like... Every time she's talking about her boyfriend, I go, Patooey. Like couples make me sick. She knows I'm fucking with her, but like, it's just really fun to do.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the case of Niqui Mccown. Mccown. Well, I'm just gonna tell you her real name real quick before I get. So her real name is actually Marilyn Renee Nicole McCown, but she goes by Niqui Mccown.
Niqui is easy to do.
Yeah. So I basically got most of my info from a couple of articles and Crime Junkie. And they're a podcast. They're actually the first true crime podcast I listened to. I don't listen to them anymore because I mean, you guys can listen to them if you guys want, because they're a really good podcast. They've just been under fire a couple times because they copy word for word other podcasts, lesser known podcasts. Well, they've been sued before and they've lost.
Is it like
both times? Is
it copying their script, or is it like copying
script.
I was gonna say
script word for word.
I was gonna say if it's like articles, I'm like it's kind of hard to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's it called? But I was mainly listening to the podcast and everything, and then looking at articles. But it's because I remembered that there was actually an update, so they had posted an update episode. So I was listening to the update just for me to find out that it actually wasn't an update at all.
I thought for a second that was the other podcasters. That was like, they went under huge fire too. Cause what was it? But they were a big one though. They were one of like the first breakthrough true crime podcasters.
Yeah.
And I remember like they got super. It's because I think they started like almost romanticizing the ideas of true crime and like the murders.
Gross. I know we crack jokes about it a lot, but we don't romanticize.
Well, we're not trying to romanticize it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I like the aspects of it being. It's weird to say historical.
Yeah. But
also like informative at the same time.
Yeah.
There's an aspect to learn about not only the victims but also sort of memorizing a pattern of
And in this
killers.
story, don't go to laundromats by yourself.
First off, laundromats are already suspicious as fuck.
Yeah.
Even though like
I used to go to a laundromat.
We've had to go a couple times too. It doesn't feel like a real place when you go there. It doesn't feel like you're at, like in Earth. Yeah. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least I used to. My mom is surprised that I'm into reading because she hates reading.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because her job, she just reads all the time. But like when I would go to the laundromat with my mom, I would always take a book and I would always read. I'd like finish a whole book there. Shit was great. And I low-key miss those days.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh, I just realized that the house across my facility hasn't done any bonfires.
Is it
there's a little legend at my job that that he's slowly burning his wife, because every morning like at 4:30.
What the fuck? Hold on. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No, continue. Obviously like it's fake, it's not real, but
how do you know?
I don't know. I would assume that it'd be fake.
That's a wild fucking thing to throw at.
But it's just like a little legend or a little rumor that they like to say at my job, because every morning like at 5:30 or like not even that, like 4:30, between 4:30 and 5, you look out and then you just see like flames, and then it's his little bonfire, and he would have it on every single day. And I'm like, God damn, is this dude retired? Because how the fuck is he up this morning having a fucking bonfire? For why?
You say retired?
Yes, he retired.
Okay, I heard you said it so fast. I heard something else.
Oh, you thought I said the other word?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
I was like, what?
I said retired. Retired.
My bad. Okay. Just needed to clarify.
But yeah, so that's why like somebody joked that he must be burning up his wife's body parts.
Can you imagine, like, even though you guys are joking about it, he pops up on the news like, man report for burning his wife's body. Wait.
Okay. At my job, I have a coworker.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 coworkers.
Maybe even 3. Can we say 4?
One is a nurse. The other one is a nurse assistant, just like me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? They both know this one person. This one person went to school with my nurse.
Okay.
And then the other one, he was the ex-boyfriend of, how do I say it? Like my coworker, the CNA, his wife's friend is the ex-girlfriend of that guy.
Of the guy who's burning the fire?
No, of this one guy.
Okay.
Right?
Okay,
and he's a nurse too, right? Because like I said, they went to nursing school together.
Yes.
Whatever. Well, guess what? This one guy was on the news because he was sexually assaulting an unconscious patient at his job.
What the fuck? Oh my god. And right now too, there's this guy going around murdering people, I think in Jurupa or I think Mariloma. Somewhere. I don't know where. But what he's doing is that he's going to gas stations and when people are filling their car, he's asking them, if they have the time. The moment they look away, like at their watch or at their phone, apparently I think he either shoots them or I think he stabs them. He has not been caught yet.
They better not give him a cool nickname like the Time Killer.
I actually...
You nicknamed him the Time Killer?
I was going to say the Time Stealer.
I'm fucking...
I look, we need to give him a name, okay? If he has no name, we gotta call him something. It's unfortunate, but yes.
Oh my god. Wow, okay.
But that's the last I heard about it, though. I don't know.
Well, down the street from my house, like a couple blocks away, in, what's it called? Police, kind of like went all out on a home, and they were able to rescue 3 women that were used for sex trafficking, and one of them was a minor. At the time she was kidnapped, she was a minor. I think she was like freshly 18.
Was this in Oklahoma? Or he's still here in...
I said a couple blocks away from me.
Oh, okay, my bad. It's because I was thinking about the other case like years ago where...
It's funny too, because like when I was being dropped off by Nicole's parents one time, and then I was all like if I was like giving a tour, I was like, and right here is when the cops came and like raided this home, and then they found 3 victims of sex trafficking. I was like, and then right here, I almost ran over this lady and she was drugged out in the middle of the shit. Like, I was just, Nicole just looked at me so concerned.
Have I told you this story about like they raided the house right in front of us like a couple years ago?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it did?
No.
Oh.
I thought you were saying that like, they did. Oh.
No, I thought I told you, like, have I? And they went, yeah.
No. My bad.
It's really quick, but, like, it was, I think, a Saturday morning, like, when me and Lisa were still going to school. And we were hearing, like, pa, pa, like, knocking on the... It used to be old people, like, that used to live in the house in front of us. Uh-huh. And... They had the SWAT team in one car, like maybe like 4 or 5 cop cars, like in the neighborhood, and they were surrounding the block. And we don't know the outcome of it because we don't know what he was captured for, because nothing really happened in that house. I think maybe he like stole money or something. Other than that, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But they threw like I think maybe like a flashbang or 2.
Hell yeah!
And they went in swinging, but I think he surrendered, so that like nothing physically happened. I was like, holy shit, like what a crazy Saturday morning.
Dude.
High school, man.
I know, right? Okay, so should I start now? For like the 3rd or 4th time?
Yeah. It's been a long week.
It's been a hot minute. Okay. Niqui Mccown. Niqui Mccown is a 28-year-old woman living in Richmond, Indiana. And she was engaged at the time to a man named Bobby Webster. And they were set to be married on August 18. Mm-hmm. They had history together and actually dated in high school and broke up in 1991 because Bobby moved to California, so they had like a natural separation. They kind of like grew apart. Mm-hmm. Niqui eventually ended up dating other people and had a child with somebody else. But in 1998, Bobby moved back, and they realized that they did in fact love each other, and they wanted to spend their lives together, so they got engaged.
Ew. Between.
That's
what I had to say to that.
On July 22nd, my bad, 2001, it's a Sunday, and they're just running around doing errands and chores. So Bobby takes his cousin to the mall to get his tux fitted, and Niqui borrows Bobby's car to go to the laundromat to do some laundry. She drops off her daughter at her parents' house and heads to the laundromat. And a few hours later, she drives back to her parents' house while her clothes are in the dryer. And there's a reason for that. And basically, she was feeling super uncomfortable at the laundromat, and she said that a couple of guys were harassing her. So her mom offered that she can do laundry at her house, but Niqui was basically like, You know, like, they're already in the dryer. That's it. I'm gonna just grab them and then go. So, after a while, she leaves her mother's house to go pick up the clothes. And a few more hours pass by. And she doesn't come back to pick up her daughter, Peyton. Bobby returns home from the mall with his cousin. And Niqui is still missing. But what's odd is that her purse and her ID are still at the house. So he thinks she's probably still doing laundry or running another errand. He waits, and at 6 or 7 p.m. he starts calling around trying to find out where she's at. He realizes that nobody has seen her for a while and finds out that Peyton still hasn't been picked up. 10 p.m. rolls around and he gets in the car and decides to drive around to find her. False. That's what every single article says, but in that update episode that I was listening to, Peyton said that it wasn't Bobby that was driving around. It was actually her family.
Okay.
Which kind of leaves Bobby a little bit suspicious. And you'll find out more why.
Okay.
So, at the time, like I said, supposedly he had driven around town. When it was actually the family. They driven around town, the laundromat. And they decide to make the drive to Dayton, Ohio. Which sounds weird, but it's only 50 minutes away from where she lives. Mm. And that's where she works. She works at a correctional facility. And she started there as a correctional officer. But then became head of accounting. So she's been working there for a while. And they wonder if something came up at work that they don't know about, if she needed to pick something up, if she got into an accident on the way. So they decide to make the whole drive over there. But there's no sign of Niqui anywhere, and her family fills out a missing persons report the next day, since everyone is concerned for her at this point. So basically, they went to the last place she was at, and they're asking around at the laundromat, and then they decide to go to the village pantry, which is like next door. And the village pantry is kind of like a convenience store. It's kind of like those hole in the wall where it's like, it's not a big ass market, but it's kind of like a market inside. It's like its own little mini mart, basically? Yeah, okay. Yeah, basically. Got it. So, but I've never ever heard of the village pantry before. So they let her family see the security footage. And everything is totally normal. She doesn't look stressed. In fact, she just buys a Coke and then she leaves. So, the camera also shows her car, and they saw her drive away. And she wasn't distressed. There was nobody following her. Everything was fine. And this video footage was before she went and stopped back at her mother's house. Which I kind of got confused a little bit by that. What do you mean, like? It was before she went and stopped back at her mother's house. So was that after her mother's house? Or before her mother's house? I don't know. I'm gonna say before. Yeah. So, they go back to the laundromat because her mother remembered her being distressed and said that people were harassing her. So they talked to the people who were working there and other people around. And the thing is that nobody even remembers her. So literally nothing out of the ordinary happened. So there was no reason to be suspicious or to look out. She was basically just like any other customer, like a fly on the wall. Like nothing aroused any suspicion or nothing happened where people would be like, oh, what the heck, you know? Mm-hmm. Nothing significant happened. Mm-hmm. So they genuinely just did not remember her at all. That's gotta be one of the most it's such an unfortunate thing that has to happen. Like somebody's missing and you're hoping that a place where somebody was last seen might have a clue, and it was just a normal day, like nothing ever fucking happened. That's gotta be one of the most heartbreaking things. Yeah. Now, at this point, police are saying that she left voluntarily. Okay. And they basically used the excuse that she was grown, she has a car, she didn't look distressed in the videos, but her family knows that she'd never ever leave her daughter behind. And then she was also very excited for her wedding, so why would she leave out of nowhere? She also really loved her job. So the only thing that they could do now was wait until her next shift rolled around, and if she didn't go to work, then they knew something is really wrong. Mm. Sure enough, she doesn't go to work.
Okay. Yeah.
Police check her bank records and her phone records, and there's nothing. Police are even getting concerned as well, and by this time they're not brushing away the family anymore. So they do a helicopter search between Richmond, Indiana, and Ohio, because everyone is thinking that if the car is found, it's going to have all the answers they're looking for. Police don't find the car at the time, so they turn to the first person who might be to blame for her disappearance, which is... Bobby.
Classic Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby. And he's acting very sus. One day after she goes missing, he calls the community college where Niqui was taking classes, and according to the lady that spoke to him, he was basically trying to collect her unused tuition. Which isn't a thing, but at the same time, she's been gone for a fucking day.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking odd. It's almost like the same shit as like going to collect like life insurance, basically.
Yeah. He didn't know that her college was being paid for by her employer, so it's not like she had funds sitting in her account that he can like get back. Yeah.
What a fucking dick move, though.
I know, right? And then so she went missing on a Sunday, right? It's now Wednesday, a few days since her disappearance, and he goes to the jeweler where he bought his wedding ring and returned it for money.
Okay.
Bobby had canceled the wedding and demanded the deposit back. And this was 3 or 4 days after her disappearance.
Yeah, Bobby's a dick.
He denies canceling the wedding, though, and basically said stuff that the wedding doesn't matter, and that his focus was finding her, and the wedding didn't even cross his mind.
I feel like there's a lot of money that he wants to... Maybe... I feel like he for sure canceled the wedding, but couldn't get that deposit back. So that's why he was getting, like, the tuition money and the ring money. Because I feel like if, like, somewhere has to be the record of him canceling the deposit.
He doesn't reference anything about money and brushes that aside, so we're not sure if he did end up receiving any. And he also said his excuse was that he called the school not to demand money back, but to make sure she didn't have an outstanding loan that she would be defaulting on now that she's not there, which again seems kind of nice, but at the same time she was missing 12 to 20 hours. So it doesn't make sense, and like if that was my fiance, that'd be the last thing I'd be worried about, you know?
Like he did it in such a hurry too.
Yeah. He also admitted to selling the ring, but for a good reason. At the time, he didn't have a cell phone. So he traded the ring for a phone so that it's easier to communicate for search efforts.
Okay.
Which I get.
I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna let it slide.
Devil's advocate.
Okay.
Fair enough. Slide, okay?
Fair enough, yes.
Police asked Bobby to take a polygraph, so he agrees. And the most important question they asked was basically if he had something to do with Niqui's disappearance, or if he knew where Niqui went. His response was no, but the polygrapher said that was a fat lie.
First said?
Bobby said that that's not what they said, and they asked if he felt responsible for her going missing. So he basically said, how can any man not feel responsible for not being there when something happens to, like, your woman? In a way. Which, at the same time, makes sense. But it's kind of like a little bit like a back and forth, because police are saying one thing and Bobby's saying another. So the family doesn't really know who to believe. But he's not labeled as a suspect, but a person of interest. And basically it's kind of like different. You know what I mean? Like a suspect. Do you know the difference between a suspect and a person of interest?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but they do have significant information to move the case forward. So that's basically what they mean by person of interest.
Yeah.
By this time, family members start going quote-unquote rogue since the case is getting cold. And Niqui had 9 brothers and sisters.
Damn.
So, her brothers were basically, like, going really ham on trying to find a lot of information. To the point where they were getting arrested. And it's kind of hard to tell how or why. But the podcast that I was listening to, they're assuming it's because they were very desperate that they ended up harassing some people and ended up getting arrested because they just wanted to find out what happened to Niqui.
I can see that.
Which I get. They were probably getting a little bit maybe rowdy, a little bit desperate. Which I completely understand. So, so they're literally trying to solve the case on their own. The family also decides to shut Bobby out, and they think he's very suspicious. So he gets no update about the case at this point. And then the case goes pretty cold for 3.5 months until November 3rd, 2001, when her car is finally found in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, shit.
Her car is about 40 miles away from home and is found in an apartment complex, and there were rumors that she used to live there, but it's not confirmed. They find her car, and in the backseat of her car, it's like she was there minutes ago.
Ooh.
There is still the laundry basket with folded laundry and nothing else.
So just, like, what, like the clothing there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What I end up finding out later is that apartment complex is where her baby daddy lived.
Okay.
Lived or lives.
What was there?
Lived,
okay.
yeah. But he was never, ever a person of interest or a suspect.
Really?
Yeah. I think they were very cordial. But that's what Nikki's daughter said, Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the update episode, she's already an adult by this time. She's married and she has a daughter and everything.
What?
Well, I don't know about now because this was in 2018 when she gave the update.
Yeah.
So she could possibly have more children now. But she was basically saying that her biological father like had nothing to do with it and everything. Like he was questioned for sure, obviously.
Yeah.
He was questioned, but he was like not even a person of interest. Like
okay, yeah, because you made it seem like the police never like came around to ask him anything. I was like, I feel like they should have done something.
Yeah,
but
they looked into it.
Yeah, okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, so the car gets towed back to Indiana. Oh, and somebody else lived there, but I'll mention that person in a little bit. Somebody else. That's kind of significant to the case.
Okay.
The car gets towed back to Indiana, and they process it to find any DNA, whether it's blood, hair, prints, but they find absolutely nothing. So this does give the case a little bit of a jump start, and they start focusing on Ohio rather than Indiana. So this means she was probably kidnapped and taken to Ohio or willingly went to Ohio for whatever reason. They found a connection to Ohio, though, and it's a coworker named Tommy Swint. Or Swin? Swin or Swint?
That's what a weird name.
Yeah. He actually... there's a rumor that he lived in the same apartment complex, too, as Baby Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure. But for sure, he lived about a quarter mile away from where the car was found. And supposedly, he wanted to get with Niqui, but she kind of liked him more as a brother. There was an article, though. There was a local article after a while that said Niqui's sister said that at some point Niqui and Tommy were in a relationship. And every time you kind of look into it, they always add Tommy and Niqui as together. Like in the past, like that they were romantic some way, somehow.
Yeah.
But Peyton, Niqui's daughter, actually says that it's false. That they never had a sexual or romantic relationship at all. And that this misinformation is bad because every time you look at the case now, it always mentions that they were together at some point. But Peyton says that they were not.
Okay.
So I kind of I'm going to skim over that because I had written all that, and then as I'm listening to the update, I was like, damn, I gotta take this off. Gotta take that off. So there's zero information. No, never mind. Ignore that. The thing about Tommy is that he had violent tendencies. And I don't know if this is true or not, but Peyton never denied this. But her sister said that at one time she went to visit Niqui at her apartment, and as she's walking down the hallway towards her door, she hears screams, so she barges in to see her sister, which is Niqui, sitting in a chair with Tommy over her, and she had her knees up to her chest with the foot on Tommy's chest. You can imagine that, right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, like
in a way to like push him back.
Yeah, kicking him off, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the sister walks in, she screams and said that he was trying to rape her. That's what Niqui said, basically, that he was trying to rape her. But this never gets reported. But her sister's convinced that if she was never there, something would have happened that night. But Peyton never mentioned anything about that as an adult. So I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not. But later on, we're going to see that it is confirmed Tommy is violent. Okay. So in a 2017 article, basically the day that Niqui went missing, she had called a female friend and said that after she finishes her laundry, she was going to go to a pharmacy. And this friend said that this friend that she called supposedly had a relationship with Tommy at some point as well. Niqui didn't have her purse or anything, so there was no way to confirm if she did go to a pharmacy. She might have planned to, or the woman could have just told a lie to hide what they were actually talking about. But that's really weird to just mention that and then not have any follow-up. Tommy won't talk to police, so he is also placed on the person of interest category, and the case eventually turns stale. The family and police get a call from a psychic that said that Niqui died the same day she was at the laundromat, and that her body would be found in a trench near the laundromat. I fucking hate psychics. Law enforcement takes it seriously, though.
Oh, of course they did.
So they do a full search of the trenches around the laundromat and find... Nothing.
Yep. About right.
Yep. They eventually offer up $100,000 reward if someone can bring home Niqui.
Do you ever think that like a psychic will see people like missing on the news and like the reward number, and they just go, "It's my time to shine." Like this is what the people have been looking for all their lives, baby. Time to use my skill for the good, for the greater good. That has to be a fucking thing.
As far as I know, there has never been a psychic to accurately confirm, hey, this is where that person is at. No, but the reward at the time was $100,000 reward, which is fucking a lot.
Yeah, especially for what year was it? Like
this was 2002 at the time.
Yo, still a lot of money. Probably a little bit more now.
It would be more now due to inflation, which is a lot to say because this was only 21 years ago.
20 plus years ago.
20 plus years ago.
Yeah. It's alright though. Gotta eat cereal for dinner.
Yeah. This sadly doesn't lead anywhere. And the 5-year anniversary rolls around, and they hold a candlelight vigil for her at the laundromat, begging for answers, but yet again, nothing happens. And the next time there's any update in the case, it's on August 30th, 2007. Tommy Swint gets hired as a police officer in Trotwood, Ohio, which is near Dayton and Richmond, which is near... Run on sentences again, my bad. Which is near Dayton, and Richmond PD hear about this, and they're not happy. They reach out to Trotwood PD and tell them that Tommy is a person of interest in a case, and Trotwood told Tommy that he needed to resign or they were going to fire him since he didn't disclose that info beforehand, and basically they don't want any, like, fishy stuff under their belt. So they had to get rid of him. He resigns and immediately pulls out an Uno reverse card and sues them, saying that he was forced to quit. And Tommy's lawsuit goes nowhere.
Obviously. I wonder why.
But this lands Tommy all over the news, and an anonymous tip came to police on November 29th, 2007, saying that they needed to look into Tommy about an unsolved murder that occurred back in 1991 of Tina Marie Ivory. So police decide to look into it to see if there's a connection with Niqui. And they have a follow-up, and they had DNA from the crime scene of Tina, but they couldn't match it unless they had a suspect, since it didn't match to anyone in the system. And lucky for them, Richmond police actually had Tommy's DNA during the whole trial where Tommy was trying to sue police. So basically he was crying that he didn't know that he was a person of interest and yada yada. Mm-hmm. So the courts clapped back and said, if you have nothing to hide, give us DNA. So he complied. But it wasn't entered into any database at the time because they thought that they were going to connect it to Niqui. Yeah. But there was nothing of Niqi's to connect it to. Because everything in the car was clean. Yeah. Yeah. So, so they just held on to the sample. So they ended up sending the sample to Dayton's crime lab. And sure enough, he was a match for this 16-year-old murder. Fuck. Yeah. They tried to re-examine the evidence since his DNA was on the cloth she was wrapped in. So they thought it was perfect enough for prosecution to send him to jail, but it wasn't enough. So they have to go back and re-examine all of the evidence, and they actually get a palm print off of the tarp she was wrapped in. And they said that if they could match the palm print to him as well as the DNA, then it shows that not only was he near her body, but he was also the person who wrapped her in the tarp, and there's no way out of that. So it's November 17th, 2009. Oh crap, I'm almost done with this. It's November 17th, 2009, and Tommy had recently moved to Alabama, and they tracked him down. They interviewed him, got his prints, and in the interview, the video shows him wearing another police uniform.
You're fucking kidding.
I am not fucking kidding. And this is what pisses me off. You do background checks. How do you screw this up?
Oh my god. He was on the news specifically.
But he went all the way to Alabama. So the distance between Alabama and fucking Ohio is a big... It's literally like the top of the country to the bottom of the country.
But the worst part is that at this time, there's decent internet. Like, they can't do a fucking...
Dude, it's 2010.
Yeah, decent internet. I'm telling you.
Well, no, it's 2009, my bad.
Still decent. Like, how the fuck... Oh my god.
So, when police question him, they only ask him questions about Tina. And they don't mention Niqui since they don't want to get sidetracked. Because if they have the opportunity to close one case, they want to take that first before jumping into the other one.
Yeah, so that's a good thing to do.
Which makes sense. Yeah. So they take his palm print back to Ohio, and it's a fucking match. Oh, so they take all of this evidence to a grand jury, and on February 3rd, 2010, the grand jury indicts him for Tina's murder. Police in Dayton, Ohio immediately call Alabama PD and demand that they arrest Tommy, and at 1 p.m. the same day, they attempt to make an arrest. But when they surround the house and get to the front door, they hear a gunshot. No. Once they get inside, they see that Tommy is laying in the middle of the floor, gun in hand, like a fucking coward. This son of a bitch took his own life, and now we might never get any answers in Niqi's case. They had so much evidence in Tina's case, so it was pretty much closed shut, but they didn't even get a chance to question him regarding Niqui. But it's just weird because the fiancé, Tommy as well, he looked like a good suspect. But if he didn't do it, then his name will forever be connected to Niqi's case. Myself and others wonder if there's more women that Tommy killed because he killed Tina like 16 years ago before Niqi's disappearance. So that's a big gap. And what's also weird is that in Tina's case, they couldn't tie it to him even though her body was found almost immediately. Mm-hmm. Which is completely different with Niqui because, you know, he was automatically kind of like connected to it. And her body still to this day has not been found. So, As of today, there's still no updates. And her daughter, Peyton, does have a cordial relationship with Bobby. And she does not know if he's suspicious or not. But basically, she's really taking innocent until proven guilty to heart. Because she does not blame Tommy. And she does not blame Bobby. Even though Tommy killed, Tina?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know if he is the reason that her mother is gone.
There wasn't anything to link it to.
Yeah. So she does not, per se, hate Tommy, in a way. She doesn't hate Tommy or Bobby. She does not at all. But she's all like, as soon as I find out that they did it, then I hate them. But... She's
a better person than any of us.
Yeah. Like, yeah, patience. Oh my gosh, she is a fucking... I don't know. Just a round of applause to her because she's fucking... I could never.
No, I don't think I could, too.
I could never.
I could not.
Yeah. But Peyton had a little, like a theory that, that since her dad lived in the same apartment complex as Tommy, she thinks that they were trying to set Tommy up. So she thinks that somebody who knows Niqui and knows Niqui's family might be responsible. And Peyton to this day is still traumatized. She's always on high alert because she doesn't know that if the person that killed her mother might kill her as well. And so every time they go out, she's always on high alert. She's kind of like always that friend that is like when her and her girlfriends are like going out and everything, and there's like a guy, she's like, no, you're weird, don't get close. She's kind of like very like mother hen. In a way, like if we're going together, we're leaving together. If you're going to the bathroom, we're all going to the bathroom. You know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I have so far on Niqui Mccown.
You know what though? Blaming Tommy, like framing Tommy would make a lot of sense.
But at the same time,
in a weird way, because if you already know someone has a sort of history with violence, it'd be easier to pinpoint that on them, basically. Yeah. It's not a far-fetched theory.
It's not a far-fetched theory at all, but then it really wonders who actually killed her.
Yeah.
And why are they... I mean, obviously we know why they're pinpointing it on Tommy so that they don't get caught.
Yeah.
But who would do it? And why would they kill Niqui in the first place? And then throughout all that time, during that interview in 2018, Peyton said that Bobby still hadn't gotten into another relationship at all.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and that Peyton is actually telling Bobby, find love, move on, because that's what my mom would have wanted. She would have wanted for you to be happy and not wallow in pain. But Niqui's family still doesn't like Bobby. They think he's suspicious straight up.
Yeah.
But Peyton doesn't.
Do you ever think, like, if you ever, like, found somebody, loved them enough, and then, you know, married them, and maybe, unfortunately, like, one day they died, could you ever move on, given enough time? Or would you just be so... Would you be like, I found the one, I can't find anyone else like that?
I wouldn't know. Because...
Like, it's not a bad thing to try to I guess, fill that gap. But I feel like it's also... I don't know, it would be way too hard, I think, on me to try to find somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, shoot, it was hard to even start dating somebody.
Mm.
Because I've had opportunities in the past to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I know, right?
Look at you now.
Dude,
like
okay.
Minecraft
okay,
date.
hold up. This sounds really whack. This sounds really whack, but when I was on my break yesterday, you know how, like, you can search up past messages?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to search up our first conversation together. And I did, and I'm right here like... What the heck? And as I'm scrolling through our past messages, I see straight up where I told him, I don't want to be in a relationship. I was like, that's the last thing I want. I'm too busy with work. I feel like I'd be a shitty person, a partner. I'd be this and that, whatever.
Well, remember that when you were telling us that, at that time you're just like, I just don't feel ready.
Yeah.
And, you know, now time has passed. You clearly had changed your mind. And right now, you're letting things.
Yeah.
You're letting things ride.
So that's why, to answer your question, I don't really know, because I don't know if I'm in love yet.
Maybe in your case, it's just letting time go and see how that feels.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I feel like I would just like.
Yeah.
I would probably find something to fill the void, but like I don't think I would ever move on.
Yeah. Yeah. It fucking sucks.
Mm.
I mean, I love my sister and I love my mom.
Mm.
But that's different compared to, like, romantic love, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I'm being honest, like, because I don't know if I'm in love with Jaime yet. So I don't know how I would react.
You guys are just barely started.
Of something, yeah, that's why.
No, I know.
So, that's why I don't know, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But shoot, it'd be fucking hard. I know that for a fact.
Mm.
But there are some people that get together after like a year or two after. Which I don't even know if it's too soon or not too soon, because I've never been in a situation like that.
I mean, at that point, it's like I said, trying to fill like that void. Like, for sure somebody's going like, you gotta, go out there and experience something,
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, like, and it's not a bad thing. I probably would try it, but I feel like my heart just would not be in it.
Are we going to Anime Riverside both days and the after party?
What?
Are we going to Anime Riverside both days and the after party? I'm gonna just say yes.
I thought that was already agreed upon. Like, a while back.
I still haven't bought my ticket, my early bird ticket. I've been broke.
Dude, I've been so broke. Like, lately.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every time I pay rent, it goes away, and then I have to pay utilities and my car and my credit card. Mm-hmm. And then Marky is like texting me like, hey, can you give me like money for food? Can you help me pay for this or that? Like,
poor Marky. What the fuck is Marky doing? Is he not working?
He doesn't work. He's always like updating me like on what jobs he has like an interview for, but they never hire. They never know. Like, he applied for a 7-Eleven that they're just building, that just posted that they need work.
Where does Marky live?
Huntington Beach.
Oh yeah, huh? I remember.
Yeah, he's not that far from where we live, like over there. But
where'd you guys meet, anyways?
Elementary.
Oh, that is so sweet! Oh my god, that's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are childhood friends. I wonder what that's like. No, I was basically childhood friends with the same kid that I met in preschool. But in preschool, his name is Antonio. We don't talk anymore though. But he basically he bit me on the cheek and I cried. So I basically
socked him in the face.
So he got in trouble because he bit me. So, rabies or whatever, Just kidding. No, but basically, we were in elementary school and we didn't, like, recognize each other. But as soon as our guardians saw each other, they were, like, best friends. They're like, you guys were friends. He bit you and this and that. And we're like, what the fuck? So then we, like, low-key just started hanging out and then we did become, like, best friends again. And then he got a little internet girlfriend, and then he like was too good for us, with me and our other friend Pablo. So then me and Pablo got close, and we would have sleepovers together, which I know is weird because he's a dude, but basically like in my apartment at the time, my uncle, he would sleep in the living room. He had like his own little studio area like in the living room. He had his whole bed and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So he would sleep on the bed, and then Pablo and I would sleep on the floor. Like, not together, like, cuddling, but, like, just, like, at a small distance or whatever.
On the floor. I got it. You didn't have to really say that for me.
I just wanted to make sure, because we were, like, in high school and, like, having sleepovers. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was basically it. I miss Pablo and everything, and then I basically fucked up our friendship, I think.
You better back.
Huh? He was a really good friend. He actually got me into FNAF, and I was into Legend of Zelda because of him and my uncle. Mm. But then, shoot, like a lot of stuff happened. I feel really bad. Like the whole situation with the pastor came out, and then I confided in him about what was going on, and then he kind of like told his older sister, and then his older sister was like, I don't want you there anymore at all. So he basically kind of like left. And then as an adult, I found his social media, and I messaged him, and I told him, I was like, oh, hey, how are you? And I was super happy, and I was so, like, he was kind of like depressed at the time. He was like he turned hella emo. But at the same time, I didn't really have context clues. Like, I kind of wasn't reading the room. And so I was telling him about all the cool stuff that was going on in my life right now, because he was in jail now, and I was so happy. So I'm telling him about A, B, C, and D, which now that I look back at it, it looks like I was boasting about how great my life was.
But you're just like updating him, basically.
Compared to how he was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he had responded back very rudely. So then I was just like, oh, okay. So he wants nothing to do with me in a way. So then I just never messaged him back, and then he never messaged me back.
But now that you look back on it, you're like, okay, I probably see how.
Yeah, I kind of see how now. But yeah, I really missed him because he was a really good friend. He was one of my best friends.
Mm.
Yeah. I low-key thought we were going to get married when we were older. Damn. Yeah. Because, like, he was basically, like, my soulmate, dude. Like, that's how cool. Like, we were that close, like, platonic soulmates and everything. And I was like, I have a feeling we might get married when we're older. I don't know. I just had a feeling. But yeah. I miss him.
Maybe one day.
Pablo, if you're out there, fuck you.
Damn.
I don't miss you anymore.
Yeah, now you got your own little squad.
Yeah, I got my own squad. Yeah, I think he was like the last... No, he wasn't the last real friend I had. No, yeah. But I'm glad with the friends that I have now. Because you guys are like mature, but at the same time immature. It's great. Or maybe it's just adulthood now. That we're just adults, so we act like adults.
I wouldn't say we act like
when we have to. When we have to.
When we have to, yes, absolutely. But
yeah.
The thing is, like, with us, you know, we choose, like, you know, when to be silly, when not to be silly. Like, when we went to go to the Demon Slayer movie, you know, me and AC wore our little, like, matching little outfits.
I wish I could have gone with you guys.
Yeah. But I think the people behind us setting line called us ridiculous, that we look ridiculous.
I would have been like, you know what I hear? I hear the sound of you shutting the fuck up.
No, but it's like, I didn't hear that at the time, but Daisy was telling us when we got out the theater. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like...
I should have gone in full Haganuzuka cosplay.
No, because during that day it was kind of dead. Because it was so late.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I could not care.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck they thought. Like, we were just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. We were just doing us.
Yeah, we're just vibing.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks that they had to make us relive everything, because they basically gave a recap of every single season, every single thing that happened so far. And then I see Rengoku, and I was like, dude.
Yeah, that part hurt.
You've been knowing him for like 2 hours. Like, come on, and you're crying over his death.
You've been milking that death since like the fucking train.
Alright. But yeah, it was such a good movie. I'm excited.
How much of that, like, friend talk do we leave, like, in there? I don't know if you...
You can leave the whole thing, okay.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Because I also wanted to add in, like, for a while, there was, like, maybe, like, 2
If you don't
years.
want to edit at all, you don't have to.
No.
Because I feel like the episode's going to be too long. So
No, it's because, like, we've had longer episodes. But I meant, like, because, you know, there's a point where some topics are too personal. I don't know how much you want me to put in, that's why. But there was, like, a time during high school for, like, maybe 2 years that me and Marky just didn't talk.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, it's because he went through his own thing, and...
Can I see a picture of Marky? I
Like,
don't think I've seen a picture. Do you guys have a selfie together?
Right behind you, on top of that G Fuel, there should be a sleeve of cards. There you go.
That's Marky?
Mm-hmm.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Okay. No, these are all not Marky. I don't know why that. This one.
It's because with that one I took 2 pictures. One he kept, one I kept.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Alright, this part I'm gonna add in just because it's history for me. So, the first con I ever went to, like I told you, was Animanga.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that I took Marky to.
Uh-huh.
One of the main reasons why we went was because at the time the girl I had been in love with for fucking years was gonna go. And at that time she was like, she was almost out of her relationship. Like she was gonna plan a breakup.
You were waiting for her.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was.
Oh my god.
It was a Saturday. And in a way I can't forgive him for this because it was so annoying. So he was late. I was supposed to go pick him up, right? On Saturday. So I was going to go drive to where he was, then come back. I would have made it on time. But him and one of our other friends went to this weird gaming little meetup for a game. I don't forgot what the game was called. Whatever. But they went to get like a specialty burger and drink or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so me and her were in line with Nicole and Daisy, one of our other friends. And I'm also trying to catch up with my friend at the same time. Like, she is my friend, regardless, at that point.
Is she still your friend?
Yeah. I don't feel like that towards her anymore. Mm-hmm. Those feelings are
I want to know
gone.
who it is. Maybe
one day you meet her? I'm not sure.
No, I just want to see a picture of her.
Oh, yeah, I have a picture, don't worry. But when... so unfortunate timing. So, we're waiting in line this entire time. It's maybe like an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. We finally passed through the metal detectors. We're inside the con. Right? We just got in.
He had like a fucking gun with him. I don't know.
What? No. Marky wasn't with us yet. Oh. Because I've been waiting for him the entire time.
Yeah.
And then Marky goes, hey, come outside. I'm outside. Like, I have his badge. So I have to go outside and get him. And so I tell the security guard, like, hey, I need to go get something. Like, can I just come right back? Because I'm right here. He's like, no, you have to wait through the entire line again. So I'm like, great! And so I was like...
You could have told Marky to come to the front.
He wasn't there yet. Because then he would be cutting so many people.
Okay, and he was with you guys.
You know how fucking rude that is at a con and how many people are going to point that out?
Dude, we wouldn't. Dude, we were literally cutting people at AX. Come on.
We weren't.
Yes, we were.
Bro, we got in a line that was forming.
We were cutting people at AX because of how hectic it was.
But dude,
when I went to Anime Pasadena, I was picking up passes for my friends that live a town over, and they were going back and forth from here all the way to there.
Okay, but the thing with Anime Expo was that there was like 3 lines that nobody knew which one was the proper.
There was line leading to nowhere.
Yeah, so
it was such a fucking disaster.
So we took our own guess at which line was what, and we got lucky.
And then we were just cutting people.
But with that one and manga, there was only 1 line.
Yeah.
And so if I brought somebody to the front, I would have gotten fucking yelled at.
Yeah.
For sure. I wouldn't have seen the end of that day. But I was like...
I don't care, I would have done it.
I was like, I have to go get my boy. Like, even though I was going to spend the day, like, trying to...
Impress
her. And,
so then she left, and then you never saw her at the con?
We saw her at the con when me and Marky got back in, but she was about to leave, because we spent, like, 2.5 hours back in the line. It was brutal. It was really brutal. I was pissed. Not because of the fact that, I kind of missed my shot, but more so the fact that I had to wait in that fucking line again.
Where was the manga at?
Oh, Ontario, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. They still might do the con again, but it's not good. Uh-huh. Well, at least maybe because it was like...
I want to go to AX Chibi because I don't want to go to actual AX. I heard that it's pretty good too for it being a smallish con.
Maybe.
And it's in Ontario as well. It's at the Toyota Center, I believe. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, it was...
I'm so salty I couldn't go to the one last year because I had an opportunity to meet Toji's voice actor. But I was broke at the time, so I couldn't afford a ticket. So salty.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know who's going to WonderCon.
I don't know. Are there going to be people or no?
I don't know. It's because since it's like fucking Comic-Con, they don't share anything. People just go to go because they know it's pretty big.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I feel like it's not one of those cons where they have like small time voice actors for like animes and shit like that.
I'm sure. Well, look, if we had voice actors coming from downtown for this event, I'm sure they'll go over there.
Well, not for a big con like that, because it seems like WonderCon's a big con. Dude, the tickets...
They'll still do it.
Dude, the tickets were expensive.
Okay, but that's a lot of...
That's
a lot of cheddar in their pockets.
It was the AX price.
Man, for one day, that was pretty pricey.
Yeah, no, but that was for one day, but that was for 2 days I got it. For 2 I think it was like $40 for one day and like $50 for the other for the other day.
You talked about like me meeting Marky again. What I want to go see him, but at the same time I don't, not just yet, because I want to get him his Christmas present, but I haven't had the money. And I'm gonna get like a really big pochita like pillow, because he has like various sizes of pochita that go like really small.
You should have told me. I would be keeping an eye out for it so that I could.
No, there's one from U2's.
Do you want?
They have a big one.
Does he really like Chainsaw Man?
Yeah. So I was gonna buy that, and
Marky and I are gonna get along.
Yeah. He told me to get into Chainsaw Man. He told me to watch a lot of other animes that I have not yet to watch.
So him and I need to peer pressure you. That's what I'm learning, right?
He was the original peer pressure.
And then I came along.
He still is the main one. I want you to know that right now. He's still he's a driving force.
That's fine.
Right. I guess I should start on my story.
Yes. I'm patiently waiting.
We talked a lot. There's a lot to...
It's nice, though.
There's a lot to get off. So this one is called Emily's Bridge.
Emily's Bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Like Goatman's Bridge, but it's Emily instead of Goatman?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You mean Ryan and Shane's Bridge?
Ryan and Shane's Bridge.
Ryan and Shane's Bridge.
But it's gonna be Denise and Michael's Bridge. Or Michael's and Denise's bridge.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be dancing on that bridge.
Or the bridge of Sir Butternubs and Ray.
To have something like that named after you would be pretty cool. A little egotistical, but
we could technically do it on Wikipedia if we wanted to.
If we could, yeah. Have you seen the streamer Queso, right?
No.
Queso, like the ginger beard and everything. That's like a kind of a big streamer.
No.
I mean, like literally, he's a big streamer.
Is he the one that's always reacting to like fat people jokes?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I know him.
Someone named like a Waffle House, and they called it Queso's Diner. And so like they physically changed it on like Google Maps.
Oh my god!
It's so fucking funny. It's so great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't watch him, but when he pops up on my TikTok, I never miss it. Or like if he's live sometimes, like I'll watch it for like a good 5-10 minutes, and then I have to like I'm usually doing something.
He's such a funny guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the fact that he takes those jokes to like, it's incredible. Dude,
some of those jokes be mad funny though. Not gonna lie.
They're so creative. They haven't worn out.
They are. Yeah, I know.
Like holy shit. Okay, so about 150 years ago, built in 1844. This bridge became one of the oldest covered bridges in the U.S. In Stowe, Vermont. There was this girl by the name of Emily who fell in love with the man, but her own family disapproved of him. So Emily and the man agreed to elope and meet at the Golden Brook Bridge at midnight. Emily showed up exactly at midnight and waited for her lover for quite some time, but he never showed. Now, according to local legend, the story has two endings. And the most common one, after waiting for what seemed like an eternity for her lover, upset and angry for his no-show, Emily jumped off the bridge onto the rocks and water waiting below her.
Hey, yo.
The other ending is was that a while after waiting, Emily hung herself over the supporting rafters of the covered bridge.
Emily, it's not that deep. Emily, it's not that deep, girl.
Now her soul forever haunts the bridge in anger, waiting for her long-lost lover to finally reunite with her.
Emily, was it really worth it, Emily?
He must have been hot. Like...
I'm sorry, but I would never do that. I would never do that. Emily, what the fuck, man?
She had no patience. Can you...
What the fuck? I'm sorry, but that is just the stupidest thing. At first, I thought it was giving Corpse Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's basically, like, what happened in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That they were going to meet up and everything, but he ended up killing her. That's what I thought this was going.
Yeah. Oh, no, not at all.
But no, she killed herself. Like a coward.
Though a local legend, with apparently no evidence of a girl named Emily ever existing, The legend gained its spark when a high schooler in 1968 wrote a school paper saying that he communicated with the spirit on the bridge using a Ouija board, who identified itself as Emily.
Oh yeah.
Which led to a little discovery a few years later in an very old graveyard located in Stowe Village. Lies a headstone with the words "Little Emmeline."
Huh.
Yeah, which I guess could be construed as Emily.
Emmeline. Or maybe it was just like a short version, like.
No, it's spelled Emeline.
I know, but her being called Emily could be like a little
nickname
instead of Emily.
Like a little nickname, kind of.
Like how my sister, her name is Elizabeth, but everybody calls her Liz.
Okay, that's true.
So.
Alright, so the little local legend has gotten so popular that it became one of Vermont's most haunted locations, with local shops selling postcards and souvenirs dedicated to Emily's Bridge. Even though this may be fake, regardless of Emily being real or not, what?
My bangs.
No.
Sorry.
This bridge still has bizarre and unexplained occurrences. So regardless if Emily did exist or not, the bridge and its infamy are now forever linked with Emily and her story. Several paranormal phenomena happen on the bridge. When coming to the bridge, people have reported flashing white lights with no source of the light ever being found, disembodied voices, cries for help from an unseen female, a figure of a woman near or inside the bridge can be seen. I see what you're doing with like in the corner of my eye. With like a little fucking dance. Do you do that with your own Niqui at home?
Yeah, hell yeah. They have tea parties.
Oh,
I put them all in a little corner around a fire, and then they like yell chants in Latin, and then they start floating, and then I'm right there like woo.
That's like the dopest tea party I think I've ever heard of.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So cries for help from an unseen female. A figure of a woman near or inside the bridge can be seen. Deep scratches or claw marks appear on people, horses, and even cars.
Can that happen to me, please? I do not believe.
Emily, please scratch me.
We need to find a haunted place near here and go at midnight.
Oh, there's plenty in this state.
Okay, yeah, I know. Especially in this city, because I heard that this city... Shut the fuck up. I hear that in this city, it's hella haunted. So we need to go. Because I need to experience something. Because I am a non-believer.
One day.
I need to have a sleepover and do that.
Temperature fluctuations, photos of anomalies like blurry figures or light orbs can be shown in pictures. Some notable encounters are that music can be heard under the bridge, photos fail to develop, drivers passing by experience a foggy windshield with handprints forming on the glass, and horses refusing to pass through the bridge, and if they do, are reported to have bloody gashes once crossed. Reports of a group of teenagers who had parked their car near the bridge saw this ghostly apparition of a woman approaching their car. Once she was there by the driver's side of the door, she began to shake the handle relentlessly.
Ooh.
After failing to get in the car, the teenagers reported that she stopped, walked away, and disappeared into the air.
Ooh.
A team of paranormal investigators called X-Para Investigations reported that almost all of their equipment failed to work during the investigation. 2 members said that they were brushed and slightly pushed on the bridge, with the main lead investigator Davey recording on an infrared camera, told that his camera had died 2 times, having the batteries in his cameras fully drained, despite them being fully charged. He noted that the battery should have lasted at least around 2 to 3 hours, but the first battery only lasted about 10 minutes, with the second one being only for 20. And when leaving the site, they saw a handprint on the back of their left-hand side window, with 4 fingers pointing down. The lead investigator claims that in order for the handprint to be there, you would basically have to climb on top of the roof of the car to get where the hand was.
Damn.
Yep.
Emily must be tall.
Well, I guess so, yeah. There's no limitations to, I guess, what a ghost can do. I don't know. Maybe they just like to fuck with people. I feel like if you were a ghost, you would for sure just fuck with everybody. Like, not in a harmful way, but just like the slightest inconvenience.
Like if you're walking out of the bathroom, I'd make sure that I tuck toilet paper.
Something like that, yeah.
In your pants, so that when you're walking, you have little toilet paper.
Yeah, or like every pen in the office is just like dry and can't write for shit.
Hell yeah.
Or something like that. I feel like that's what you would do.
I'd also start fires.
Okay. I'm like talking about like least harmful things. Are like, yeah, it set a whole fucking building on fire. Okay.
I'd literally put all of the plushies as if they're making love, as if they're doing the devil's tango.
Alright, well, I'm almost in here too. This is a pretty short one. And now in more modern times, the neighbors that live nearby keep an eye on the bridge say that the bridge is overrun with something scarier than ghosts. The youths.
I thought it was gonna be something epic, like fucking
like a demon or
yeah.
No.
Fucking teenagers.
Yeah.
What's worse than ghosts? Teenagers.
Obviously. Oh yeah, fuck.
Trust me.
Apparently, a lot of young people have been showing up at the bridge to party, drink, and even street race through the bridge itself.
Hell yeah.
See,
I'm kidding.
Oh fuck.
Please don't do that.
The neighbors claim that the paranormal investigators are more respectful, as they are more quiet, with the occasional scream, of course. Some neighbors have even proposed to exercise the bridge so that people would lose interest in it. And to close this off with a little fun fact, just 7 miles south of Emily's Bridge, in Waterbury, Vermont, lies a weird and bizarre graveyard dedicated to Ben & Jerry's discontinued ice cream flavors.
What the fuck? I was not expecting that.
There are 34 flavors and headstones that reside in the graveyard, and people can take a tour of this little gravesite.
So what I'm hearing is that we're going to Vermont.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that you can take a tour of like the factory that makes like the ice cream there.
Yeah,
and
you
so,
can
yeah.
also, you know that one ramen thing? It's right here in Ontario as well. You can go take a tour too.
Okay, but do they have a grave for discontinued flavors?
No.
That's what I thought. Let's go to Vermont.
Dude, we can also take a free factory tour at the Yakult factory.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Should I plan it?
Maybe one day.
You, me, Nicole, and Daisy?
That'd be down.
Hell yeah. Do you want to go for your birthday? I'll take you for your birthday.
I thought, or my birthday this year, we were gonna do the...
We can do both.
No, I thought we were gonna do the Winchester House.
Yes. Well, no, it's because you told me that like that's something we do for your birthday, and I was like, okay.
No, but then I said we can do it for my birthday like next year.
Fuck yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. Shut up.
The dogs have been active this fucking episode, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got.
Wow.
Yeah, little tiny. It's a little tiny bridge, but I guess as much as I want to believe that it may be haunted or not, still not quite sure. These fucking dogs don't shut up.
Yeah.
But even if like Emily's story isn't real, shit still goes down on the bridge regardless. Like,
yeah.
People are still getting scratched, coming in and out of that bridge. Hampers are being shown off there. It's like it's a little weird, regardless.
Mhm.
That's all I got.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, pretty decent sized episode too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a lot.
Methinks we need to go on a haunted tour. Like, as a tourist,
Mm-hmm.
like, we'll go somewhere and then we'll spend the night, like, at a haunted hotel.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Well, we can try the Cecil Hotel.
Oh, fuck no, I'm sorry.
What, that's where you draw the line?
That place is too unsanitary. No, well, it's because, my boyfriend and his dad, they really like spooky shit like that too.
Mm-hmm.
So one time they had stopped in front of the Cecil just to check it out, and there's like a shit ton of homeless people, and they saw a postman there, and they were like, oh, like, are you like visiting or whatever? They're like, yeah, we just wanted to look at it real quick, like, we're not staying. And he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna go put in mail, do you want to come with me? So they're like, fuck it, why not? And then they looked inside and they looked down the hall and they're like, that shit is dirty. They're like, no. Mm-mm. I wouldn't want to spend the night there.
Really? Okay, that's unfortunate.
My bad.
We could try playing the elevator game there, though.
True.
Yeah.
But it has to be...
What's the limitation on people?
No, not that there's a limitation on people. There's a limitation on how many floors you must have.
I'm pretty sure you could have the...
You need to have a certain amount of floors for the elevator game. Should I cover that next week?
You said that you wanted to, that you were going to cover Lisa's story. Eventually.
Unless you wanna do a collab where you do a Lisa Lamb story and then I do the elevator game.
I mean, you can cover both.
You think I can cover both?
Absolutely, yeah. Because like, a Lisa story, like.
Because the elevator game is a creepypasta.
Well, yeah, but it also still kind of it's still a speculation of what kind of occurred there.
Okay. Alrighty.
So
Spoiler alert, guys.
Not really. We didn't give like the full fucking detail there.
I'm gonna do a Lisa Lamb, I guess, next week. Oh, I can't.
What do you mean?
Because I do paranormal.
No, that can still kind of be considered paranormal, no?
But it's mainly murder, most likely.
But we don't know that.
Or mental illness. Conspiracy. That works.
Conspiracy. Wouldn't that fall under true crime?
Not always.
I would say it's more supernatural.
The thing that happened to Elisa Lamb?
Yeah. Because it's still unexplained how the hell she ended up where she ended up.
I'm gonna leave a poll on the podcast.
I'm gonna leave a poll like everywhere, just so we can get an opinion there.
I'm gonna leave a poll on the podcast website and then not the website, the account, and then I'll put it on my personal too.
I still say you should do it regardless, because the story I was gonna do today, I'm gonna do next week.
Okay.
Because.
Is it the one you've been wanting to tell me?
No. It's because like. Well, I was trying to look up, like, paranormal things. I'm like, I found one, and it was great. Like, the story was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had it, the name of it already on my docs.
Yeah.
And it's still right here. I'm literally looking at it right now. But I was like, the paranormal aspect is ridiculously small. So I'm like, I can probably cover it while I cover a true crime.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So,
makes sense.
It's a little 2-in-1, little treat.
Yeah. So I low-key found out how to look for PDFs for books instead of actually buying books.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to do that for the husband that killed Chris Watts. Because the one that we were talking about that has been seeing the ghosts of his daughters in his jail cell.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to see if I can find that PDF file because I wanted to get the book, but that book is $100. I was like, why is it so expensive? It's really expensive. So I'm gonna try to look for the PDF of it. I'm gonna try to, cause plus I don't want to support him anyways. There's no way in hell I'm gonna buy his book. I don't know if the money goes to him, but if it does, I don't want to support him like that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to look into it, but I'm gonna have to read it slowly, obviously, because it's a whole fucking book.
Alright, that's gonna wrap it up, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you guys so much for stopping by for today's episode 19 of the Caffeinated Creeps podcast. Always means a lot to us that you stop by, listen to our stupid little rambles, and, we hope you guys are doing fine. Drink water, eat plenty, eat your vitamins, take your daily supplements.
Don't be like me.
Don't be like Ray. You have anything to close out on, or is that it?
By the time you listen, we've been a podcast for 6 months, so we appreciate you guys being here, whether you're a new listener or if you've been listening since day one, since October 6th, 2023? It's 2024, right?
2024 now, so October 6th, 2023.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart.
Platonically, of course.
Oh, no shit, platonically, of course. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
but yeah,
man.
but yeah, thank you guys so much. It means a lot. It really does mean a lot. Even if it was just one person listening, it would still mean a lot.
If it's one person, 5 people, 100, or even 1,000.
Yeah.
The fact that people will take their time out of their day to just listen, even if like for background noise, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But until then,
Of course, thank you guys for stopping by. If you guys are watching or listening on Spotify, take a part of the poll. Rate us if you guys so wish to. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Subscribe. Turn on the notifications so you guys don't miss out. Share the podcast with whoever you think will enjoy it. If they enjoy the creeps, the spooks, or even a little occasional mystery here and there. And we'll see you guys on episode 20.
Woo woo!
See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye!